Hi mathematicians, welcome to Learn Math with Kath. I'm Catherine and I'm here to help you on your journey to learn math. And today we're going to learn about how to add and subtract fractions. So why don't we just jump into it? We'll talk about adding fractions first. And so hopefully you already understand the basics of fractions. And if you don't, I could just review really quickly. A fraction, example of a fraction. This is an example of a fraction. It's part of a whole number. The top number is called the numerator and the bottom is called the denominator. And so what we're going to do is we're going to practice adding fractions. And the most important thing when you're adding or subtracting fractions is you have to make sure that the denominators of both the numbers are the same. So let's do an example. So 1/5 plus 2/5. Okay, there we go. So we have 1/5 plus 2/5. And that's our problem. So when we look, you notice that both of the denominators are already the same. And so as long as the denominators are the same, we can do the addition problem. But before we calculate it, I kind of want to break it down for you because an easy way to think about fractions is pretend, let's say I have a chocolate bar. And you know those chocolate bars where you can break them off into separate pieces? Let's say I have two identical chocolate pieces. And so let me draw it out for you so you have a visual. So here's my chocolate piece, and you can break it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Okay? And then I have an identical one. That's one whole chocolate bar, but that you can break into 5 pieces. You know, kind of like the Toblerone type chocolates. So you have 2 chocolate pieces, and say your friend wants 1 piece off of your first chocolate bar and then 2 pieces off of your second chocolate bar. So this is basically showing you this fraction problem, addition problem. So you have 1/5, 1 piece of this chocolate bar plus 2 pieces of this chocolate bar that's broken up into 5 pieces. So 1/5 plus 2/5. If you add up those broken pieces, you have 1, 2, 3 broken pieces off. Okay? So then now you can do the addition problem for the fractions. So 1/5 plus 2/5 equals 3/5. So I know with not all fraction problems, you're not going to be drawing with all your fraction problems, but this is just so that you get a visual idea. So when you're calculating it, as long as the denominators are the numbers the same, then you add just the numerators. So it would be 1 plus 2 equals 3, and then we keep the numerator, the denominator the same. So the answer to 1/5 plus 2/5 equals 3/5. So let's try a practice subtraction problem. What if you have to add or subtract fractions where the denominators are not the same? Well, let me give you an example on how to figure that out. So here's an addition problem. 2/5 plus 1/4. So these two fractions, different from the examples that we did previously, the denominators are not the same. The first one, the denominator is 5, and the second fraction, the denominator is 4. And so in this case, what we need to do is find the least common denominator for both of these fractions to make it the same. And so the least common denominator of 5 and 4 is 20. Five times 4 is 20, and 4 times 5 is 20. And so what we need to do next is, now that we have the least common denominator, we need to take both of these fractions and convert it so that the denominator is 20 while we don't change the value of the fraction. So let's do it for the first fraction, 2/5. So we have 2/5 right here, and we want to make that into 20, the denominator 20. So 5 times 4 is 20. So what we do is we multiply the denominator and the numerator both by 4. And the reason why this is okay is, if you look, 4 over 4 essentially is 1. So all we're doing is multiplying 2/5 times 1. So the value of it doesn't change. So 5 times 4 is 20. And then 2 times 4 is 8. So now we have 8 over 20, which is also 2/5, but in the form that we want. We want to change 1/4 so the denominator is 20 as well, without changing the value. So we do the same thing. So we have 1/4. And to make 4 into 20, we have to multiply 4 times 5. And then we do the same thing in the numerator. 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 5 equals 20. So now we have both fractions in the form that we want. And so now that we have that, we want to rewrite our addition problem so that we can get the value. So we have 8 over 20 plus 5 over 20. So you look, now we have both the numerators and they're the same. So all we need to do is add the numerators now. So 8 plus 5 is 13. And then we bring the denominator over. So our answer is 13 over 20. So 2/5 plus 1/4, after doing all these conversions, we come up with the answer 13 over 20. So that concludes our lesson. Hopefully, I was able to explain it to you in a way you're able to understand and learn. If you like this video and if it was really helpful for you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any other videos on your journey to learn math. Always remember, anyone